It's you, the viewer. It's us. The production. It's Highlander. It's Monday. And it's playoffs. Coming to you live from the booth. It's your boy Dolphin on production. Big J Money. But this boy, call me Fat Boy Chocolate Muster 1997, along with LeBron James #2 Rogue. How you doing here tonight? It's a big night coming here on this beautiful Monday, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're coming in hot. This is season 20 playoffs. We're coming at you with, oh my god, a decade and a half of Highlander, good now, a third of which is here from us here at RGL. But yeah, these players have been training, well, half of their whole lives, more or less, on average, for this very playoff season in this match here. So I'm ecstatic to watch them lay it all, leave it all on the server.
It's time. We about to get the best of the both world. We about to go all the best maps. We got the biggest in the land. The head-to-head, and it's only Monday. But enough of all that. Rogue, it's playoffs. Some big stuff is happening. It's best out of 3. You already know what's about to go down. But before we even go down, before we even talk about the team, these rosters, the maps, the bands, we got to go over these teams, man. Go ahead and take it, Rogue.
Yeah, let me shout out, I guess, basically here for the season here. We're now in the top 4. All right, this is the invite playoffs. So the 4 teams here in playoffs are number 1 seed is Goonman Chubbs Daniel. We're here watching Witness Gaming second seed versus, Squirtyay second seed versus Witness Gaming number 3. The last one is who's getting the best bread off stream here. But anyway, these teams really having fun with the aliases. What a time to be alive. Anyway, I'll why don't I run us down through Squirtyay, who are here, had a last-minute roster change. So tonight we're looking at Yate on Scout, Jerry on Soldier, Figsy Pyro, Kira Demoman, Dot Wet on Heavy, Pickles Engineer, and now a swap out from Ray onto AGB. Anyway, we'll find out if my intel was on the from the wrong side. But no, actually, we do see AGB here in the server. So anyway, AGB on Medic, Arbiter, Sniper, Paharo, Spoo over there on Spy.
And on the big Witness Gaming, we got Blank on Scout, Ether on Soldier, Melon on Pyro, DT on Demo, Eerie on Heavy, Rebel on Engineer, Toy on Medic, Mujette on Sniper with Fish. Oh, Poseidon on Sniper. Excuse him, why? With Fish on Spy. And Rogue, even looking at these maps, because even while we're looking at a couple of these map bans and more, dude, it kind of the map bans kind of make sense, especially because let's be real, no one's gonna play Steel, no one in the right mind is gonna choose Steel. They're not gonna even mess with Steel, nothing of that sort. I don't think anyone confidently in playoffs is gonna carry Steel. I could be wrong. I didn't check the other match page, but we're not gonna see anything like that. But the picks that we're looking at it with 2 costs and 1 upper and 1 payload, that kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, there's sort of a paradigm, I guess, where either a team is very DM heavy or very coordination heavy. Especially if one team is just has stronger DM than the other team. Usually one team prefers King of the Hill, whoever has more DM or is the favorite, and whoever is more cerebral or maybe the underdog prefers payload. But yeah, like you mentioned, Jamon, it's kind of an even split here. Even looking at the pick bans, basically, Squirtyay banned a Koth map, they banned Lakeside, and then immediately picked another Koth map, which is Product. So both of these teams getting a little more same actually for Witness Gaming. They banned a payload and then picked a payload. So they're playing specifically to their strengths. And, but actually I think neither team banned Steel, interestingly enough. Yeah, again, that's if there's an underdog or a favorite, you want to eliminate those chances where the underdog can slide back in. So these teams apparently from the pick ban think they're both of them think they're good on Koth and payload, and they don't think that either of them is the favorite or the underdog. So this is a even more even match than I anticipated based on these pick bans.
You love teams who are confident in each other's strengths and weaknesses. You absolutely love to see it. What I am gonna love to see, what I'm gonna love to see is some denial, some flank, especially because we got the map product. And from previous product games that we've seen, we've casted, they've usually either been kind of teetering to one or the other. They've been kind of complete rolls or like a slow roll. What's going to be really interesting to see with both of these teams coming up here is we're going to see a very even, hopefully to see a very even product being played here, where it shouldn't, on paper, from my people who don't know, it should not be in favor of one or the other. I think most people, I'd say, are probably more in favor of Witness Gaming Rogue, but I'm excited to see just how even it's going to be between both teams and who's going to be the MVP for both teams as well.
Right. Yeah, I would say the same. I definitely prefer Witness Gaming, but I think we've seen a lot out of the Squirtyay this season. I mean, first of all, they made playoffs at the 2nd seed, right? So even technically a bit higher than Witness Gaming here. I also just want to take a second to pull up their match history. Yeah, let's see. On week 1, we had Vigil of these two teams facing off against each other. It was a 1-2, right? So, you know, a little bit close, not that big of a difference. And then, famously, Squirtyay did take the win over Goonman Chubbs Daniel. Basically, the only match they lost this entire season was this, losing Steel to Squirtyay. So, you know, Squirtyay very strong on these stopwatch maps, right? Like the ones where you have to, you know, push a cart or cap a point in order, again, rather than King of Hill. So, yeah, I think this, basically, the Squirtyay roster has a lot to show for us here on this map, and, like, also on the payloads. So, yeah, like, it is definitely Witness Gaming favored, but I don't know. I'm kind of, it's not over till it's over, you know?
Oh, for sure. But Rogue, let me put it like this, man. When you look at some of these players, because I mentioned a little bit too about MVPs, and I will agree. It's like, you know, it definitely should be in favor. It should be more in favor of Witness Gaming, but the way we've seen Squirtyay play a couple of the games, man, or the way I've seen some of the demos work, because I took some time to do some homework over the last couple weeks, it's looking nasty. It's looking dastardly from the side of Squirtyay. I have no idea realistically what to expect, but I am expecting to see something nice. But if I had to ask you, Rogue, do you have any MVP predictions for both teams?
MVPs.
And a hot take. Throw it in there.
A hot take. Okay. All right. MVPs. On the side of Squirtyay, I would say almost certainly it's going to be Dotwet for me. Anyone who's watched our cast know that I love Dotwet for the value he brings to the team. He's going to be pushing off timing, all the timing, and like just constantly taping a rock to that W key, turning off his monitor and charging forward into enemy lines, right? But what that does is heavy, it lets you in. So the rest of the team is going to capitalize for sure. Let me see, on Witness Gaming, I'll go with... maybe I'll say DT. I feel like he put up such ridiculous numbers last week. We saw him on Swiftwater, and yeah, like he just keeps putting up damage and more damage and damage after that. So for DT, if he can keep up basically his form that he's shown himself as like one of the top demos in, I mean, really RGL history at this point, he's going to be a big one. And hot take here.
Throw it in, Rogue. I know you got one. You got one.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say Spoo is going to be a major player in this match.
Hey,
I know sometimes today's a good day for Spoo fans. You know, famously sometimes gets a little frustrated, and like if something doesn't go well, it gets to him. But I think for him to get to this level with this team, he certainly has come a really long way, and I think he's gonna like find that, you know, kind of magic number here on the server. So that's my hot take. What about you?
Ooh, hot take. You think Spoo's gonna go crazy? Okay. Yep. If I had a hot take of who gonna go crazy, you know what? This may be a little silly, a little goofy. Even wait, did I see evil on the server? Is that real evil? Wait, real evil? Wait, huh? Regardless.
Interesting.
Dolphin even told me, yep, wait, evil sub, where's fish? Evil Knievel's in the server. This is crazy. If I had to do a hot take for you, Rogue, I probably would say, I think it may be Eerie. I think Eerie may go stupid this game. I don't know. I'm feeling the heavies haven't given a lot. They have not gotten a lot of shine. I can feel it in my bones, man. I can feel it, especially with this mid about to play out. Rogue, do the honors, brother.
Yeah, here we go. It's game time. We're mid number 1 here. Poseidon brings in the first frag of playoffs here in the quarterfinals. Don't forget it's best of, it's a double limit. Anyway, here we go. Jerry flying forward, picking up Poseidon in turn. The rest is Squirtyay crumbling, falling apart at the seams here. AGB does survive with pretty big disad, but, you know, keeping a medic up means you get half an Uber for free.
Wait a second. Rogue, my eyes aren't deceiving me again. That is not Esther from Witness Gaming. That is one's finest Jay Unpay. Jay Honey Pie on the soldier class for Witness Gaming. This is insane. That's quite the upgrade coming from him as well. Even with the Uber coming out, besides that, Uber does come out. Nice little sack from Ye and Jerry. Love to see it. Love to see it if your fan thinks he does lose her life as well, but they are going to keep the Uber ad for the side of Squirtyay. I did not realize we got some ringers in the play. They must have talked about this within the DMs as we're looking to make our way through Hill. Evil on Knievel, right on the play, gets a double pick on Arbiter and Kira. AGB is going to escape out. Yate does trade his life for Rebel, and Caroline getting her pick right on the J-Pay on himself. But Evil in the pick right on the Caroline as well. On the hidden trading picks, trying to stop as much pressure as we can, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. As Evil's trying to get the kill on the dotway as well. And it looks like we're just stabilizing to go ahead and utilize this Uber, man.
AGB rocking forward here and actually losing the ad. Jory was on only 78. Wait a second, and they grab AGB right away. That's Poseidon. Yeah, see? You bring in this medic bringer and Arbiter's clapping back with even more, but yeah, you bring in the medic bringer, they don't know when to use. Taking the free Uber now. Toy and DD charger across point. Figures it going down. Yeah, Jay cleaning up more. It's, you know, clinical here from Witness Gaming, but man, it's tough to see Squirtyay have that ad, kind of hesitate a little bit and then lose your medic for it. So yeah, that was sort of the way back in the round, and now it's an uphill battle for sure.
The aggression, I like the aggression coming out from Witness Gaming when it comes to a lot of these, like, just stuff them, just stuff as much as we can, slow down their momentum so we can try to use that chaos to get whatever type of pick we can get. Spoo does end up dying to Jay, but at this point, same situation. We are seeing some Squirtyay movement through Hill. We do see Arbiter getting picked up by Poseidon as well. The reins, those fiber reins are in the hands currently of Witness Gaming, as Fixie's going to be the next target as well. Eerie dying to Jerry before he gets traded out by Jay. Dotwet doing his best, and the best he does while holding his ground and connector, losing his life to flank as well. Kira getting picked up by Poseidon as well, and it is not looking good if you are the side of a Squirtyay fan, or what they call them, the Squirts. Yeah, I'm going to say that. That sound fire. That sound fire. But we are starting to see Uber for Squirts build really nicely, about to be even just as of now. Spoo did die, so they don't have some early information, but have to push through Hill again to see exactly what we can do with this Uber, as we're just kind of dilly-dallying just a bit. Evil's getting in, Evil in a position, gets caught out. Uber trade happens right on the ground. Evil gets picked up by Spoo. Nice little pick going here. Turn this into an 8v9. So when they head to Squirtyay, Jerry with the high bomb trying to see if he can actually just go behind. Ye gets picked up along with Dotwet too. Blank is getting decimated, which means the combo go ahead, and it's getting collapsed on as well. Currently, AGB and Arbiter are the only two left up from Squirtyay. Can he snipe them all? But with too many people hitting you in the face, there's not too many things you can do playing sniper, and it's gonna be first round Witness Gaming. Sir.
Yeah, clean one. Not a single cap coming up for Squirtyay, but I mean, you know, you lose the mid pretty hard. You get your medic dropped on the Uber back in, like kind of your one chance back in the round here. So, all right, brush that one off. A new round, new day. Hashtag new Koth round, new me. Working into mid number 2.
As we are, wait, man, hold the phone. J-Umpe gets denied. But nice little shot from Poseidon, and Eerie making his way through the connector as well. And it's the same thing again. They basically go ahead and kill the flank, and they take the opportunity from the flank kills, and they collapse as a team from Witness Gaming. But Jerry still behind, trying to see if he can get a pick, but it's going to get picked off by Rebel himself, which is going to force the likes of Squirtyay into another situation where they have to build from the ground up. And Witness Gaming is going to have massive Uber ahead on the side road.
And we're working now with this enormous ad for Toy, and again, they have point control, so it's an uphill battle for Squirtyay. Right now, Power trying to like basically call out where they can peek at all. They do commit AGB. This basically guarantees the Uber comes out, but now you're on the back foot with no medic.
Ooh, right through main two. Had to respect the Uber. Jay making this play behind. At this point, they're just trying to see if they can salvage whatever pick. Witness Gaming is showing Witness. Oh my, they're witnessing gaming. We're witnessing gaming. As Blue tried to go for the chaos play, but I like it. I like it. He took advantage of the chaos from his team. He tried to go in. You know, too many people were looking back for him. I understand. It's the life of Spa. It's the life of Spa. But we are looking to go ahead and see Squirtyay redo their play with Evil getting picked off. So information is now limited for the side of Witness Gaming. They are still working with about 30% ad. At this point, you got to take a draw as a team and just kind of brute force your way. As Jay coming in right on the AGB and gets the pick, as well as Arbiter gets the kill right on him. Put in the same situation again, but with a little bit of player ad, even though the heals are in favor of Witness Gaming. And Squirtyay currently playing with that player ad, trying to go ahead and get this point to without going ahead and denying Jerry. They get the point. The Uber is ready to be utilized for Witness Gaming. They still have player ads, Squirtyay though, so they gotta play this smart, especially if they want to go ahead and get this Uber out without having to lose too many people. But if you're gonna put yourself in a position with Spook in the pick on the Eerie and Evil also dying to Fixie as well, not too much you can do. Uber comes out, nice fork from Jerry. It looks like the likes of Squirtyay are just trying to live. They play AGB and Ye got caught into the sticky bomb from DT and being put back in the situation of dishab. But Spook's behind. He's most likely going to go for the teleporter. And despite no heals, it is still even. They couldn't go ahead and just play the advantage, as we are starting to see Squirtyay a little bit of point pressure coming in from Caroline as well. Spook looks like he's in position, but Blank goes ahead, sniffs him out. What they call it, crusting now. With the head and sniffs and crusts them out. And just as we see, player ad in the side of Witness Gaming now, and Fuel ad as well, but AGB is back up. Evil trying to go for a play, gets punished for it. Jerry dies, and Poseidon gets sniped by Arbiter, and Kira unleashed his fury onto the combo, letting that thing soar, letting people know that the Iron Bomber is here to stay, and it's here to play. Uber has now been acquired from the side of Witness Gaming Rogue, and currently, it looks like we're gonna see Squirtyay get Uber as well, brother.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Here, let's see AGB on 90. There we go. Full even Ubers. But if an Uber drops in the forest and no one's around to use it, then doesn't count. We'll see. Eerie basically scouting it out here, and Evil getting caught early. That means they have to go and dry. Here comes the Uber.
Oh, and here comes the immediate trade as well. And it looks to actually be a little bit in favor of Squirtyay, but the post fight is what's going to matter here with Jerry. Way a big bomb on the Poseidon as well, and the cleanup from a Slew as well. Oh, the picks, and Yates. Whoa, another snipe from Arbiter. Hold up, with this Gaming's trying to go ahead. They said, oh, we lost a lot of people. That was a little chaotic. Arbiter with the snipe on the blank put. Side guy, Mr. J up getting the pick on the Spoo as well. Favor, Uber edition is now in favor of Squirtyay. Oh, Bakira! Oh, Evil! What happened? Oh my God! It seemed like that should have been a backstab. Caroline get picked up the side. Jerry making his rounds right below, right onto the combo. Toy with a nice surf with 26 HP left. What a god! What a goddess! What a goddess! As Blank currently gets picked up by Arbiter as well. The Squirtyay fans, the Squirtyay crew is holding themselves down with Arbiter activating on a 6-kill streak as of current was Foo getting picked off by Eerie. Tried to go for a little play in their spawn. I see you, brother. But 50% ad, 60% ad for this, or 40, excuse me, for the side of Squirtyay. The thing about defense though is you don't really have to utilize the Uber unless you know for sure, absolutely, you can get an absolute pick with their Uber. At that point, you just play defense and you kind of cool down. We are starting to see Witness Gaming moving a little bit surely from main. Spoo gets himself in position as well. Disconnected the beam, and we do see Uber being utilized from the side of Squirtyay, but it doesn't look like any picks are going to be confirmed just about. Spoo is behind. They could go ahead and take advantage of the chaos and try to go from there. Trying to put himself in position as well. He actually does get picked off by Rebel. That's unfortunate. Arbiter is going to die to the DT bomb as well. It doesn't look like we're losing anyone else except Jerry, who just tried to make a last-ditch play, but managed to go ahead and dwindle the scores just about even, Rogue.
Yeah, after all this, the clock's even out. So AGB has a slight ad. It's going to matter. The last thing, but wait, Jay is in onto Fixie and has a reload. And finally, AGB does go down. Blank following up here. Amazing play. You have to help your soldier when they're sacking in. Arbiter getting sniped by Poseidon. That means they're not going to be finding any openings here unless Spook goes nuts out here. But yeah, Poseidon has free reign against no sniper.
Well, the thing about Sniper Valley is if you ain't prepared, you best get prepared, my boy. As Eerie taking all this damage. 19 HP. soaking in all the damage. That's why you call him the heavy class, because he's revved up and he's always ready for action. 2-0. Witness Gaming completes the half. Oh my God, Rogue. What is happening? What's happening?
Yeah, this so this was Squirtyay's pick. So they thought, our best chance at taking a win here in the first round of playoffs is on product, and that fast 0-2 I think is difficult. I have a whole piece I think on like we're really seeing the ramifications of these substitutions, right? Some of them are, I mean, all of them are different in their own way, but I think we're seeing how difficult it is to play with a brand new medic at this point in the game. Like, like we're calling to commit our medic on disad, but like Figsy and AGB are not in the same place when the Uber does come through. So AGB is caught out time and time again. But hey, I mean, for Squirtyay basically to even out the clocks, I think like they were down. The first round, they didn't cap at all. The second round, they were down by more than 2 minutes. They almost, they really evened it out, took it pretty far there. So they are showing us, I think, a great look. For a team to be resilient like this says a lot, but it's still a tough call here to figure out a way back in this one.
It is going to be extremely difficult for Squirtyay, especially with this being their map pick. It just seems like there's a strong disconnect. And I'm trying to really pinpoint who, but from an aerial view, it seems more combo flank disconnect, if anything else. If flank goes ahead, and if flank dies crazy on this map, connector, and if connector's free, you're just at a free range to either be collapsed. You're pretty much asking to either be collapsed on. You're asking for multiple people besides your flank to go ahead and get picked off as well. You're basically risking so much. You're risking to be pinched in a lot of situations as well. But what I didn't look at, Rogue, is your MVP is looking to be the MVP, not the hot take, but DT currently with 618 DPM. He dishing out the damage. Oh my God, it's looking crazy.
And like to be honest, that's a number you look for in like a close game, like if both teams are fighting over the point. No, they were like spawn capping half the time. DT couldn't find anyone for half the round, so for the other half of the round, he put out this 600 DPM. So he's getting bored out here on the server with numbers like that, and still putting up numbers like that. Yeah, I'm looking too at blank like this 19-4. Yeah, you just kind of can't get past blank, especially on a map like this, huh?
Toy with one death. One death in 9 minutes. One death in 9 minutes. In my Highlander. What? That's crazy, dude. Nah, there's some voodoo witchcraft. There's something with these medics. Jay being on this team, him being the immortal medic in sixes. I think some secrets are being shared that we don't even know about real quick, and I'm gonna need a couple. Go ahead and let me know. Go ahead and put in my DM. I'll give you $500 USD. Thank you. Appreciate you. But yeah, it just seems like a lot of the time for Squirtyay, it just seems like there's a strong disconnect between combo and flank in terms of like, what this gaming I feel is doing so well is, especially on this map or just in general, is I feel like they're what's the phrase I'm looking for? Their death balls are more concise, and they pretty much already know where they want to take it, rather than just, hey, let's individually shoot someone, and the person that is basically doing the most damage, whichever pile, we will go ahead and flex towards that pile. It just seems like as soon as the flank is pretty much covered or taken care of, it just seems like we're pushing everybody back. We're getting picks, even if they're not key picks. If it's enough picks to go ahead and just punish a team's space and just bring them back, or just stall as much time as we can, Witness Gaming is doing it nice. And I feel like if we get a situation where Squirtyay finds that nice secret sauce, the next half could be theirs easily.
Yeah, I'll agree, and I'll even like dig a little deeper on that one, because I think the couple times that we've seen Squirtyay this season, every time I watch what their combo's up to, and like, yeah, with the way their flank is making that space, right? You talk about how connector is sort of the push and pull you have in the map here. Every time I watch their combo go, I think this is a bit dubious, and then I think, oh my God, how did Ray do that? Ray surviving that, Ray committing to this and making it work, like every time, blew my mind. So I think by bringing now in someone new, where AGB is like, wait, why is this a play? And then, takes 2 steps forward, 1 step back, that sealed the deal in round number 1. And then these other times, like, all right, I'll just blindly follow you, and then dies in round number 2 over and over. But I do want to shout out too some of these swaps on Witness, because I think it's not that clear. For example, Fish and well, yeah, shout out Fish and Ether, both I see in the chat here, who both have very real life reasons for not being here, not just St. Patrick's Day festivities, you know.
You know, college is important. Get your education.
Yeah. Well, in any case, so like looking at their substitutions, you know, I think Evil is a very big switch out of like taking out Fish and bringing in Evil, because Evil is not that same kind of like, Evil is so good. I love playing with Evil, but he's not that like mastermind orchestrator kind of creating these macro plays on the server that Fish brings to the team. So I think if Witness Gaming is like in those tight moments looking for a win, they have to hope they get the frags, they have to hope Blank goes off, right? Which are things that are likely, but that's a big difference. I mean, Jay coming in, like, I think Ether is very important for the pacing of this team, but Jay is also just so good that, like, yeah, if I'm going to be missing, I would rather have Jay be my substitute, please and thank you. So, basically, I think, like, if it comes down to strategy here, it's going to look very different from Witness Gaming, but right now they're winning on DM alone, so cheers to that.
It definitely changes the aspect. But hopefully from Squirtyay, we'll see something a little bit different in their plays, especially because going into this next mid, this could set the momentum. This could set the mental too. But as we are starting to see a little bit more aggression from Witness Gaming, with Jay actually getting the immediate bomb on the Arbiter, but dodging that, sending Yate back to deal with the, but Yate gets two-piece like a meal. But Witness Gaming actually lost more players on this mid. Whoa, just as I say that, it's actually a little bit okay, I was not familiar with the piece. I was not familiar with the piece, with the strategy, with the play. It was actually looking more in favor of Witness or of Squirtyay, but the people that were just in little pocket areas, Jay being behind, Evo being in a position to decloak at any moment, kind of just rotated right into him and just cleaned up whatever was left to secure the next point. That was smart. So now we got to see the same situation. Both medics, you know, we're seeing a little bit more ad from Toy Rogue, but it's gonna be decisive factors to see exactly how this mid's gonna unplay.
80% here for Toy. We got Kira and Yate actually really buying so much space on the server here. They're getting the mini sentry down, so they have more room to work with. Blank's getting shoved back, trading damage back and forth, left and right. Jade finally bombing in, turning all the heads around onto AGB. Almost goes down for it. And wait, they're all corralled in house. Okay, weird. Anyway, they do manage to wrap for the chase, basically going all the way around the house here. But now Yate recognizing, hang on a second, Arbiter grabs a sniper. Toy's overextended. Erie's the only one in. We have Jerry flying over behind the medic and does get the pick on the Toy.
Jerry with a nice little free throw from the box right to main, gets the free throw just like Curry. 4,000 three-pointer shots, kind of crazy. Another hot take, Playboy Cardi's album was trash. That's not important here. What's important is Highlander going around it too. Yeah, Jerry put himself in a nice position. Everyone else just, you know, he had to be one of the last people standing. He couldn't just kind of bunch up with everybody else. That would have been worse for the explosives. That would have been better for Jerry, worse for the side of Witness. But we are starting to see Uber ad for the side of Witness Gaming, as Arbiter actually is going to be one of the first people to get picked, with Jay getting hit, Jay getting picked up by Ye, Erie getting picked up by Spooka, Spooka straight up by Blank. And at this point in time, the sniper class, the sniper range is in hand of Witness, but we got the pressure. Squirtyay is actually pressured a little bit more. They're not fearing it, with DT getting picked up as well, and the Uber coming out, and it looks like they're on the chase. Never chaser. Oh, and it looks like we're continuing on the chase. Jerry gets picked up by Erie. Ye as well gets picked up by Side Guy. Or, oh my God, his name is Side Guy. Jay Humpe, excuse me. His name is Side Guy in chat in the actual game. I don't know. It is what it is. But currently seeing an Uber ad for the side of Witness Gaming. This could be a strong Uber ad. Most of them happen, as we are starting to see making progress. Jared's going to be one of the first people out. AGB trying to play his life blank on the chase. AGB with 8 HP. 8 HP. Gets out alive, bro. But Evil, check out the Evil cam. Trying to get himself in position to see what exactly are some evil plays, no pun intended, he can make.
Evening out the clocks here, halfway down for both teams in round number 3. Don't forget the score is 2-0 in favor of Witness Gaming. Right now, we have a slight ad for AGB working their way towards this point. They are really hoping to make use of this ad, but look at the way they're charging forward ahead of time. And Jerry has been so sharp going ahead of these Ubers too, clearing out flank with Dot Wet, charging their way through. AGB taking it with Kira.
As Evil actually made his May onto Arbiter and gets him picked off. Post fight's not going to be looking too good for Squirtyay, especially because it doesn't look like we got anybody else with that little Uber, but with this gaming, currently 90% Uber, looking to make a play. Godwin gets picked up by beside the Eerie, gets picked on Fixie as well, and everybody from Witness Gaming is just becoming aggressive as humanly possible. But as we currently see it, Arbiter gets the pick on the Poseidon, which could put this post fight, this could be in more favor of Witness Gaming's Blue in position, but gets brushed off like he's nothing but a booger, like a germ even. But with that being said, Uber does come out for a second. It doesn't look like we respected that Kira's gonna be one of the people who reaches his end, but AGP is alive with Spook in his spawn as well. Even though Kira did die, everybody else managed to hold out strong. Currently, Jerry, big bomb in the main, trying to see if he can get anybody. GT was less than 60 HP, could have been pivotal, but not too much. But we are trying to see people make their way in. Poseidon gets the pick right on the dot way, but everyone else is just walking forward. Smooth does not fear. Caroline does not feel. Fear. Dixie picked off, but Squirtyay still keeping alive. Still have the Uber at Blank coming in aggressive as hell. We're Connector, who in position to die. R.I.P. Rest in peace, my brother. Currently, Uber does come out, but no gate in sight. This Uber is looking like a stale pace Uber. This looking like a Gary come home Uber. Where my stale at? Where my speed at? Where my momentum? Blank gets picked up. Arbiter gets picked up. Uber does come out from Witness Gaming. Godwin gets picked up, but no picks other than that. Jay actually gets picked up from Cherry. ATP does die to Jay, but Squirtyay gonna come back with some vengeance. No medic means no problem. We're going in. Jerry and this guy actually going for the Poseidon pick. Crucial, pivotal, excellent target selection coming from Jerry S. He's on China, making his way back. Melon, very low, gets picked up by Yate. The ball, the gift wrap. And we just see with this game in the main, Kira going to go ahead and die. 3 seconds left on the clock. Here we go in the head, keeping on everything alive. Keeping the damage up, DT dies. Arbiter trying his best at bay. Blank, trying his best at bay. But that went right there with the blood, and it wasn't enough. Arbiter getting picked up as well by Evo and Poseidon damage. And that's going to be round 3 roll.
Yeah, 3-0 so far. Yeah, 3 for Witness Gaming, 0 for Squirtyay, who are the ones who picked the map. So this is where it all comes down. I mean, they countered Jay. They found, I think, a lot of ways back in this round. You saw it, like, again, went to like almost double overtime. It was so close at the end there. So let's see if they have what it takes to, you know, take the first step into the reverse sweep for map number 1 here in our best of 3 maps.
Shoot, I think they could. Wait, hold up, bro. You take that one. You take this mid. This mid looking crazy.
Fixie down first. We're working away. Kira strong across point, but Blank walks forward in a straight line. The Heat just walk up slowly and down smash. Now Evil connecting on the other side of Dog Bread here, on the other side of the shutter. So we lost HB real early. What a snipe from Arbiter onto Evil, the spy. Having a little too much fun there. So with the last pick of this mid, there's going to be a full ad for Toy, and we're sitting pretty for Witness Gaming here on point.
I don't know if you have ragdolls. When Kira died, bro, his body did a somersault. It did the whole ass animation, bro. No, that was terrible. I hate ragdolls so much. But Squirtyay coming up, looking like they want to take a little bit of a fight with AGBX getting sniped by Poseidon. Don't die. Kira died by an air blast. When this game did not come to play, Poseidon getting picked up by Spoo. He gets traded out. Thinks he getting the pick on the Eerie. She gets traded out. And it's just all around fighting. But with Poseidon and Eerie being the only 2 to go ahead and die, with Arbiter almost getting the pick on the Evil. Oh my gosh, 39 HP. He's alive. He is really evil. Evil Knievel, as we are starting to. Oh! The pick from Arbiter. He got his shot back, and he gets his get back. He goes for Blank. He on the 3K right now. Squirtyay looking to go ahead and fight. Uber does come out from Witness Gaming. It doesn't look like we're on the chase. Just kidding, Kira and Jerry and AGB Rebel with the Frontier Justice kill on the AGB, with Arbiter also getting picked off by Jay with a big old bomb. And right now we're just trying to see Squirtyay buy back a little bit. Thinks he's gonna get picked up as one. It looks like with this game we want to hold this aggressively roll.
We got Jay on that contour here of all banners. So yeah, you get that like health regen, and you get you know, heals on damage, all that. Right now, Evil in a very fun position here. Figsy actually even missed Evil, but they rotate the other way. But Evil's going to call this, right? Here they come out towards grass. Melon trying to reflect them, almost goes down for it. Jerry buying that space, turning everyone's heads. And now Jay counterbombing back in. Oh, it's fast double.
A little 2-tap, a little love bite. This is brought to you by the Soldier class. It's also brought to you by any class that's just able to break the sound barrier. Scout, Demo with sticky jumper, whatever. Soldier with his speed, the pinnacle speed. You know what I'm saying? He ain't the Flash, but it is what it is. Squirtyay, 70% on the block, Rogue, and hold up. This could be. Ooh, here we're gonna pick up a Arbiter. Rogue, this could be an Uber, especially because Jerry in the high ground position. Blake sees his man. Oh my God, Jerry. What just happened to that man? Arbiter, oh my, what just happened to these men? Uber does come out from inside the AGB and Dawa, and it doesn't look like we're getting anymore. This is looking like a Waffle House kind of, Uber, as AGB is getting gunned down by Evil, but lives! Oh my goodness gracious, this man is alive. Somebody get this man a health pack right now. Jerry just stole AGB's. Oh, okay, I thought he stole his health pack. Evil, want his get back. Oh, doesn't get the pick on the Arbiter. Beats it twice. But right back to the team fight with this gaming. It's about to get Uber. 20 seconds, 15 seconds left. Ooh, actually 10% left until they get to the Uber. But picks are in the favor of Squirtyay. If they go ahead and turn another pick before the Uber comes out. But the Uber has come out. Poseidon goes ahead and dies. And they are going to go ahead and solidify this, turning it into a good map. A strong 4 to nothing on product. Rogue, what the hell just happened, bruh?
Yeah, that we saw a pretty fast round number 1. We saw a fast round 4. Witness Gaming came here to show us that they're so good on this type of a map. Like when you have players like Blank who are putting up these unbelievable numbers, you're about to see another one, and players like oh my God, DT putting up that massive damage the first one, Poseidon finding him here and there, Jay having, getting to play a 6s map here on Soldier. You could be anywhere you want in the whole world, right? Yeah, I think this is incredible, and I think our graphic might be, oh yeah, those are the wins. Yeah, I see. So basically, Squirtyay picked map number 1, but Witness Gaming won it. So now, basically, Squirtyay has to win on the enemy team's map pick if they want even a chance to get to map number 3. But spoiler alert, in map number 3, you have to play against Blank and DT on Koth again, and also Jay on Koth. So there's no winning out here, huh?
Oh my. Nah. Oh, bro. Goodness. It's the damage. Looking at these logs, the damage looks delicious. Some people aren't putting up damage, but sometimes I think they don't need to put damage. They just need picks, and their picks look delicious too. But the damage looking delicious. The DTM is looking ferocious, but right, in my opinion. Right. Some a little bit more than others, but this was crazy. I expected Squirtyay, if anything, to put up a little bit, and they were definitely putting up a fight, but I was looking for stronger collapses. I was looking for pivotal picks on certain sections. I was looking for them to go ahead and convert a lot of the little post-fight picks into something a little bit more, which they did. They absolutely did. But I was looking it to be a little bit more, confident for sure. And Witness Gaming just made it in most situations to where they kind of just followed the formula of they got flank, they confirmed flank was theirs, they know combo is theirs, they know can push forward. Is there someone pressuring Arbiter or someone else? Yes, absolutely. We're going to push forward, and we're just going to absorb whatever we can in our little death ball. We're going to assimilate them, and we're going to spit them out, turn them into garbage, turn them into trash. And what I like from Squirtyay too, a lot of the cases, I like the way that they managed to get a lot of pivotal picks in these post fights and convert it. But what was the problem is it kind of seemed like it was the reverse. Like an Uber trade would happen, and then the reverse would basically just go onto them. They would have people that got picked in the post fight, and then they had to either get out or they had to commit, one or the other. And the thing with that is, in Highlander, you got to stick with one. If you choose another too quick, crumble, domino effect.
Amen to that. Yeah, I'm eyeing these logs here. Let me see. I think we're up to the combined. Yeah, this it's such a tough one, I think, because in these logs too. By the way, round number 2, or like the second half, I should say, Arbiter went positive by like a good bit, and like Yates really holding it down. I mean, we saw from Jerry like really brought round number 3 back in their favor, and that's why they almost sealed the deal. But anyway, I think now looking at these combined, it's yeah, I think pretty clear. Like number 1, Blank is such a menace on Koth maps. Poseidon going 2-for-1, the 2-for-1 special with extra chips. He's I mean, and also Jay, like on Soldier in Highlander, it's like you don't think of this person to get that many frags, but here he is. Anything else? I mean, yeah, 600 DPM from DT. Again, they were spawn camping. Like the enemies were not around, and DT still did this much damage. That's mind blowing to me. And even after all these years, it still manages to put a smile on my face.
Imagine if they had crits, bro. That probably would have been another 100 DPM, 200, bro.
I miss those, yeah, like 850, yeah. Like, well,
yeah, I was looking for it though. I was looking
don't
for
even
like
check
an
the
850.
miniguns, yeah.
But regardless, bro, we're on a new map. New map, new me. They said, hey, listen, brush it off you. Brush it off you. The mental is still there. It's playoffs, which means it's best 2 out of 3. So if Squirtyay wins this map, we easily take this to map 3. But the synergy, it's got to be connected. Even though that we got some of these new players on the roster with this gaming, you got to lock in. Because if you're not locked in, you're going to log out easily. It's just that. It's just like that. So Rogue, it's upward. And we are going to start to see Squirtyay. It looks like we're going to see Squirtyay attack. What expectation do you have for a team like Squirtyay on the offensive line?
What do we got for Squirtyay on offense here? I think on payload, see, there's like this little caveat now. I feel like the Kira core is so strong, right? Like Kira is going to, just before, 30 seconds before the round, he's going to hit his push to talk, and he's not going to let go until the round is over. So he's going to have this round, beginning, middle, and end, seeing all the realities unfolding before him, and he's just going to keep his team informed about all the different choreography going on. So I feel like their combo is in such a great spot to take the right trades and get in the right position based on the card. But it's such a tough one, I think, because AGB is so new that it's like, AGB might not know all the plays, or like when Kira says something, what are the nuances? What are the subtle implications that go unsaid? All these have to get figured out sort of on the fly. So I don't know. I think that's the way in if Kira can call around this game, but I think it's tough having a new medic, here on week 8 plus preseason, right? So like after 10 weeks with Ray, you have, I think, 1 day or maybe the weekend with AGB. So that's an uphill battle for sure. What about you?
Definitely, just going exactly what you all said, what you just said, in terms of incorporating the new medic, especially on like a playoff week, is hard. That's kind of like, dude, that's like, imagine if your demo had the sub, which there are rare cases where I feel like you would want a different demo on your team in a playoff week. But even something like that, I still give credit to AGB as well. Regardless of picking a new medic, he's still one of the better players in terms of what if we are going to choose a medic, who would it be? Because I don't really even think there's a lot of medics that you could have got that they could have gotten respectfully. But even still, he's still nice. It really just comes down to like synergy. Because the thing that I see with AGB too is that he's very talkative. He plays spy, so he's someone who likes to communicate a lot. So one thing I like to think about is he adding any sort of, and is he adding anything extra to Squirtyay, like with these comms when it comes to aggression or more, or is he simply just hey, this is what Uber situations are looking like. I would recommend if we took it a little bit more aggressively, took a more aggressive approach in a lot of these cases. This is what I would kind of like to happen in this case, like especially from the medic POV. You can say a little bit more. You don't have to call. We know some people who can call, but it just adds a different dynamic to that team. And what I think that would look like on an offensive line like Squirtyay is, if you have more information, it's great, but it can also be a problem, right? Because if there's too much information, you don't really know what to do with that. You basically have to kind of beg and choose and sift your way through that. That's what makes certain combos solid. You know what I'm saying? They can sift through it, but it's very much so how much is it going to be valued, and if it's valued let's say if it's valued to a greater amount. Will it contribute to like some of these faster times? So will they get like a 5-minute time? Will they get like a 6-minute and 30-second time? Or will there be a situation where there's too much information and we could see 13 minutes or even 14 minutes up on the board, dude?
Yeah, it's, what I think too, like sort of the way back in, if you're Squirtyay, I really got to think this one through, but let's go through the exercise anyway, shall we? Let's say Witness Gaming is on offense, right? And they're pushing into last and they fail it the first push and they fail last the second push. I know Fish is the kind of player who's going to find that opening and say, like, listen, team, focus. I'm going to go for this opening. You all do this in response.
Mm-hmm.
Evil is not that player. And Evil has very different strengths, right? Mm-hmm. So I think for the rest of Witness Gaming, all of them are very sharp at their roles, but I don't know if any of them have that like round, like I'm going to take this round by the horns and rally everyone behind this. Mm-hmm. So I think if you're Squirtyay, you have to like hit him where it hurts, which is like on these tactics, right? Like make them call better than you. So I think the conclusion I'm coming to is if you're Squirtyay, you have to play very fast sometimes and then play very disciplined other times and shake it up. Right, like go for something so fast that Evil doesn't call it in time and you catch them off guard, or you just play so solid and unmoving that no one is calling away into your defense, right? So I don't know, just something I'm thinking out loud, but if that made any sense, I guess let me know.
Nah, no, it made perfect sense to me for sure. I think too, when we talk about Witness Gaming, is when I think of somebody like that, like to rally people together. I thought, at least from what I remember, it was more of like a mix of like DT and Fish. So Fish, like you said, really good at like, hey, listen, this is a situation where we kind of need to rally together and like focus a mental on like, hey, I don't care about whatever you're complaining about. If you're complaining about something that's, toppling the entire combo, that's toppling the entire team, then sure, let's talk about it now and then focus on the game. But what I think is going to be really interesting coming from this is that DT is so strong to do that. Even if he doesn't have Fish, he's so the person who's mentally strong enough to be able to go ahead and handle a task like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how exactly they rally together, especially on these situations where if Squirtyay is moving fast, if they do have a 0.2 collapse, how do you defend that? Not only do you defend the collapse, how do you get prepared for that? How do you see something like that about to unfold? And I think we could see it depending on how some of these players play, but it is going to kind of be really interesting to see how Witness Gaming pulls it off, especially with a map like Upward where, listen, you can hold someone at any of these points, but if you get bulldozed through any of these points, it's not going to look good when we get the last point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. Well, here we go. Map number 2. Witness Gaming versus Squirtyay. Week number 1 of RGL Invite Highlander Season 20 playoffs. For anyone new to Highlander, just joining us, anything in between, there are 4 teams in the North American playoffs. So one of these 4 teams will be your national champion of the season. It also is like double elimination playoffs. So even if one of these teams loses tonight, they're not out of the tournament yet. You have sort of like 2 lives, right? So they're playing a best of 3 tonight. One team loses this, they play another best of 3 next week. And whoever loses twice, you're out. Whoever, wins the whole thing, wins the whole thing.
It could be the staple. This is Highlander season. We're gonna forget about that. This Highlander. You're locked in because you want to see some great Highlander. Now, one thing that's going to be awesome for the people who don't know as well, when it comes to Upward, there is a staple if they want to go ahead and do it. It's the universal sack wave. Call a time, sack whenever. The spy could go for the combo, or he could go for the teleporter. It's ultimately to see how this goes down, Rogue, and please, do the honors. Tell the story, bro.
We got our cart cappers here, keeping a quick ×3 on cart. You want to get that up as far as you can, but wait, they commit HEB right away. They're going for a fast exchange. No sack needed here. Just going straight in with Big Z taking Kira. They're just basically cycling these Ubers. What you want to do is get the Ubers off the board. Now they're right for the picking. Arbiter being down is a tough one. Poseidon winning the sniper v sniper. But right now, HB rotating heels towards cart. Just driving excited, who does get Big Z actually. But they're just gunning all in for the cart.
Yeah, especially because Poseidon actually went down, and the fast respawn is going to be on the side of Squirtyay. DT actually gets picked up by Dogway as well. 2 key members. Arbiter gets picked up by Evil. So at this point, currently, the kills are actually looking more in favor of Squirtyay than it is for this side of Witness Gaming. They could not contain the aggressiveness, the control, the chaotic noise that was unfolding right before our eyes. And to top it all off, they are going to take Hill with almost full 80% ad. And they can take this in many ways, with DT getting picked off as well from Spoo. solid target selection coming out from some of the Squirtyay boys right now. It's a new map, it's a new them, with some Uber going to it. Kira did drop down, almost got picked up by Eerie, but the banner from Jay Umpe gets popped in his battalion. Jerry trying to go ahead and see if he can stuff it. Gets picked off, but the Uber does come out. Melon did a phenomenal job at pushing this Uber away. Oh, but the likes of Yate and Spoo on the cuts. Spoo, Evil, and Eerie getting picked off, with Poseidon dying as well to Arbiter. The rain is once again, after a minute 8, they take Hill by storm, bro.
With that Uber, HB dropped Kira. There was no Uber. They just used for nothing. But the picks out of Yate, out of Evil, out of Spoo. Like, this is the Spoo game. I was predicting this. Who could have known? Surprise, it was me. Yeah, what a play. Like, they're coming in so hot to this one, and like, this is what I'm talking about. They have to play so fast. Don't give Witness Gaming time to call around you, because they probably just won't. Here, like, Squirtyay had a bad Uber, but they stayed committed in a bad situation, but it keeps working. Here goes Jerry ahead of the car. ET! Rebel's down, Poseidon's down, the gun is down. They're crawling and falling apart at the seams.
The double bomb! The Spoo sapped the gun! The Jerry and Kira bomb! Who could have predicted it? It was not me. With Uber ad in favor of Squirtyay again. Fixing on the card, but Blank, hold up, Blank's on the mission. I think he playing spy right now. Real quick, with the Uber, does get forced out as well. That's crazy. Nice little bomb, Jerry. Back in the air again. Onto Rebel, onto Poseidon. Couldn't get the Poseidon pick, but got the Rebel pick. No gun in battalions is up, so the post fight is in favor of Witness Gaming. Eerie does get picked up by Kira. The player spawn. Oh my god, 21 seconds respawn. But Spoo on the cusp with the pick on the toy. AGB gets picked up by Jay as well. No medics, all damage is permanent. As we are seeing Blank in the pick on the Spoo and Dotway and Pixie with the force of nature. Okay, he getting a little silly with it. He get a little with it, Rose.
Yeah, man, Jerry has a, wow, actually nice pick from Rebel onto Yate, so that's ×2 off the cart here for a good while. But man, Jerry has Rebel's number. Like, to find the engineer sack after sack here. Wait, Blank just charging towards cart with the force of nature, shoving Pickles back now on 2 HP, going down for a short. Wait, Blank is on cart, the cart isn't ready yet. Now Yate trying to go for it, but Blank's still on this force of nature, trying to blast them off the map. Dawet charging forward, you know, basically spacing them out here. Boy can peek, but the gun's about to go down.
Oh, the gun is literally so low, they can't even get it yet. The player head is on for the side of what? Oh, Miss Melon! Miss Melon, that was crazy. That was a crazy air blast. That was an insane air blast. I went ahead and killed Kira, but time on the cart is what they need to go ahead and stop with the Uber being put on the dot wet. He's just wide swinging it, carrying it like a chariot, like Rome, like this everybody business. Currently 4 minutes and 26 seconds after 3 points Rogue. This could look kind of sexy, kind of superb, but it all depends how good is that last hold, especially because they got Uber from Witness Gaming. So it all depends on how much time they can sway off, man.
Yeah, that was a great defense. I mean, they bought 2.5 minutes, honestly, and right now the defense has full ad, not much you can do with it. Offense working the way into upper, trying to get Arbiter on these long angles, and does go down to Poseidon. So Poseidon really, you know, giving so much more time to the defense here. Offense, yeah, it's nothing really they can do for it. Blank is just toying with them here, no pun intended. Jerry trying to spam out that dispenser from lower. Wait, but Jay is body blocking the dispenser so that Jerry can't kill it from lower. I've never seen that in my life. You learn something new every day.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. That's kind of, hey Jerry, nice little dispenser. Hey. Oh, Jerry getting picked off by Poseidon. Oh, Arbiter getting picked up by, what's going on? What's going on, bro? Help me.
Got things even worse, but Jay smells blood. Here he goes at the bottom of Spiral here. Wait, oh, he does get the trade. Now Jay, I think he got the pack, but in any case, he's down. Even Uber's here, and no banner, basically, for the defense. So, right now, we have Arbiter going down, but Evil and Blank down, so it's basically a 7v5. Or no, sorry, 8v6. There we go, a little bit better at math now. Sentry gun down, Uber coming in.
Uber does, yeah, Uber coming in. Uber does get oh, it gets used as well from the side of Witness Gaming. It doesn't look like any picture being traded back and forth, but Yate, oh! Ooh, the nice Uber fast toy saving Poseidon's life. It's Jerry makes like LeBron James with a little layup into the little corner, gets to pick on the DT, but Witness Gaming is cleaning house of everybody who was on that card. I say was, past tense, they are dead. They are no longer here with us. AGB living with 36% Uber. And for a second, I thought Jay was looking a little bit hungry. He has switched backpacks as well. He is now on the conch instead of the battalion's backup. Okay. Nice little post fight. Okay. Bro, we're kind of seeing them getting a little bit stumped here, man. I feel like they got to try something different, but is there anything really they can try, brother?
Yeah, Squirtyay was so fast in the first couple points. Right now, Bigzy trying to bait the shot for Arbiter as well. Going for the pick on the side and waiting for these supers to come up. Yeah, really, I guess you just have to get the super, take it into them as best you can, but I want to see a better follow-through, right? Their first super, they kept some people behind, some on cart, some passive. You got to decide. Poseidon down. Okay, the banner comes out. Will the Uber come out as well? Toy final uses on DT. So the card cappers get absolutely nothing for it. Well, Toy and DT also do nothing except stay alive, which is quite valuable. Blank now charging through upper, cleans out the heavy. Bigzy and Jerry maybe have to answer the evil here. Let's see, they actually trade. So answering your question with another question, so to speak.
The timing was looking good, dude. That Uber came out and Yate did not get a flash, and he actually ended up dying to a J rocket, because if he had that flash at that moment, he probably could have gotten that pick and probably could have gone upstairs, made some chaos. But just some insane timing that goes back and forth here. But we are starting to see a little bit of a little SVS, trying to see exactly what can be done as Arbiter and Poseidon just in this neck to neck, but Rebel wrangling the gun, actually trying to deny as much space from Arbiter and anybody else who's on stairs as humanly possible. Jay living with 7 HP, that's insane. Evil getting picked up right by Jerry, and they are now trying to shoot the gun with Melon actually dying herself. A lot of pressure can be put on this gun, which exactly is what happens. Uber does come out on the floor again. Also, counter Uber from the side of Witness Gaming. It looks like we're just cycling Ubers. Blank gets the pick off to Jerry, but gets traded out by Ye. Nice little pick, nice little timing. Still, currently, we are starting to see some spawns going back. Jay gets pit into the pit by Dotwet. Nice little denial with Eerie. 7 HP, still alive, getting boned. What is this? So it gets Eerie's out. Jerry coming back, stopping the Eerie push as well. Going ahead and making like, oh, Michael Phelps swimming to the door, getting picked off as well. A lot of guard pressure. But this side, we're trying to see if we can stop it, but it doesn't look like we're doing that. 8 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock, Rogue. This is looking decent. It's looking like a decent kind of push. Like your mother-in-law just came and stayed with you and you ain't liking her kind of push, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Like there's worse things in the world, but I'm not happy about it. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, this is a tough time, I think, because anyone counting here. So basically, the offense points in a row took 1 minute, 1 minute, 2.5 minutes, 4 minutes. So yeah, it felt like Squirtyay came in so hot, but they really fizzled out. I think the defense was great out of Witness Gaming on third, because they were losing the whole time, like on the back foot, but lost so slowly that it turned into a hold, like an entire hold anyway. That's a rogue hold if I've ever seen one. I've never won a game. I've only lost slower. But in any case, that last hold was fantastic as well. Like honestly, the hard part for the offense is like, what do you do after the Ubers? Like, even if you get something out of it, it's so hard to convert. So I think Squirtyay just didn't round out the playbook here. But again, this wasn't their map pick, so that's fair, huh?
Definitely fair. Looking at the log too, just a quick little log fresh for you, Rogue. We're looking at Jay with a top damage of 552, followed by Kira and Jerry below with BT. But it looks like from the person who's taking the most damage, it's pretty much the heavies and Kira with just about 375 per minute. But I did see Melon actually get picked off by a little crit sticky trap from Kira as well. But a little 8 minutes with Arbiter putting his foot down, getting the pick. Ubers do get traded out. Looks like the same play, but it's going to be more in favor of Squirtyay in this post as well. I'll play this smart, don't want to lose anyone, and it looks like the only thing we're losing is some NG equipment, nothing crazy, as we're trying to see if we can find a pick going for it. Arbiter and Poseidon went ahead and putting themselves in position as well. Oh, with Blue actually being the first one to die in this exchange, or in the post, with Arbiter getting the pick on the Eerie right off the cart. Stay off the cart, don't touch the cart. Blank dying the Fixie as well, and they're actually getting traded out by DT. So they are going ahead and trading their picks at the very start. Yate trying to hunt for Jay. It looks like he's almost got him, but a roller from Kira is what's going to be his demise, Rogue. Currently, strong, little strong for the side of Squirtyay. Gotta keep it up, bro.
To any students of Highlander, myself included, that quick exchange, by the way, nice play with Evil getting Jerry on the high ground there. But that was a very different exchange at first because Poseidon was the first death, so Kira just ran into the enemy team and saw them the whole time. So that's why it worked so well for the defense this time. And oh, the Ubers were even. Kira called, like, surely they're going to use here, but called it too early. So yeah, the Uber comes out so much later from Toy. It's a much better Uber. They're going for playground here, but basically Squirtyay is just kind of turtling up here behind the gun.
Oh, but Kira going ahead and locking it down. You know, the problem, especially, with Spoo with a nice DT pick and the combo with this gaming, this domino effect, the tumbling. Evil in a position right on the playground, but and gets seen by Mr. Dotwit. Rogue, this is a lot different than what we saw earlier. I'm seeing Pete, listen, the Uber came out, they absolutely had to respect it, but then when the Uber's over, disrespect, peek that corner. I don't give a damn if your sniper's alive. I'm peeking it with the whole team. If they're all with me, no one go down. Arbiter is going to be one of the first to die here. The Reigns are currently, and KGB getting picked off by all kinds of spam. Want to go ahead and put the Squirtyay boys back on the hill. But a nice time save with Dotwet. Get a nice pick on the DT as well. A good little shave. Poseidon to pick on Akira, but in position to go for, he's slowly in position, but is getting crusted out by the enemy team. Now with almost full Uber and hill pressure, they have to go ahead as well as save this gun, which isn't going to be saved, bro. They got to hold this strong. It kind of looks like what they did to them, bro.
For just some Highlander lore, DT and Dotwet are very good, very old friends, and so it's always fun seeing them give each other some love here in chat. And of course, my love is just talking smack. But yeah, fast juggle. DT trying to come in, but can't. Jake getting the late flash from Toy. Oh, you always love it. What a shot! The landing. Hero free fires it. Here we go. Now Jerry going down for it. All right. Poseidon on the long angle, but the offense is crumbling here. We have to get Rebel off guard. Hello. There we go. Cap time accounted for. Hero waiting for this arrow all the way on cart. Now finally just barely getting it, having to survive here and cross Poseidon's sightline. Does do it. The defense now has full ad and held this point real well.
They want to go ahead and utilize the Uber, but Ye and Jerry and everyone else with the momentum plays are still dead. But nice pick from Spool right on the side as he gets straight out by Melon. And it looks like we're going to go ahead and try to pressure off the Uber. Doesn't utilize yet, does get used. And Toy and Saigar Jay are looking to go ahead and escape. Spoo is behind. That could have been a perfect play as Jay actually went for the counter bomb. It's there's so many people just to pick on the ATV, but Melon getting on the cart as well. And at this point, it's just stragglers from the side of Squirtyay. They have to go ahead and escape, but Evil wants his prey. Just kidding. The Arbiter says, I know, bro. I saw you. You're not getting me. Toy did end up losing her life within that exchange as well, so don't think it's an off or not, but that was beautiful. The first little push, man, Kira threw one little Hail Mary sticky. It stopped DT from bombing, and just managed to pressure out Jay. That was nice. Nice little anti-domino. With 4 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock, bro, they are getting the gun up, and Ubers are going to be even with Spoo going ahead and dying. So now information is limited. It's all up to this momentum to see how this gaming plays it out, man. Oh, just as we say that. Oh, no, go ahead. My fault.
You're good. Yeah, this point is so deceptive. Like, it takes a really long time to get the card up this far. Ooh, but they get up the first 2 out of 4 hurdles. So that already is a lot to be said for... Wait, Jay with the massive skybox high bomb here. Gets nothing for it, but distracts long enough to keep Rebel uncontested on the card. He ain't the only one trying, but Evil kind of usurping him there in all the way like on the ridge here, on the edge of the cliff here. On the edge of... what once was and what could be. They're getting so much cap time so quickly, and the Uber does come out.
Oh, a nice little Uber exchange, a nice little Uber trade. The post fight is what's going to be the big factor here since no teams got killed. Kira's going to be the first to go ahead and kill off Hero. He doesn't get Big Bro too. Love to see that. But everyone else from the side of Squirtyay is getting Big Bro right now. Not what you want to see. Well, Arbiter holding down, gets the pick on the DT, but it's not going to be enough to keep them in for this point. They have to retreat for last, and they have to get a solid last hold. Otherwise, this could be Finn for half one. Oh, this could be scary.
Yeah, the defense is still respawning, and the last one off. I didn't realize Jay grabbed Pickles there. So having no engineer this entire time, he's looking at the offense. They're everywhere. They're in every doorway. Your sentry gun is watching nothing, and that lets Jay into Arbiter. yeah, Jay has free reign here. The one of the best players to ever touch Team Fortress 2 can go anywhere on the map. Yeah, great. I'll take 0, please. I don't want any of those. You can keep it to yourself, thank you. Uber's finally evening out here, but the defense can't find a foot to stand on.
Oh, it looks like they're just trying to pressure up cart. They did have to utilize Uber, and it is going to be in pressure or favor of Squirtyay, but DT is up. He's in the spot with Toy. They have to go ahead and shut this down, especially with Jay at the pub spot. Toy escaping with her life, the 25 HP, but everyone else dying. A nice 007 secret agent mission from the side of DT, putting himself in harm's way so his medic can get out. The Uber ad is still going to be in favor, but of Squirtyay. But it just seems like Squirtyay players are trying all they can. But evil with the prime picks. Squirtyay keeping all these people off the cart. Toy is going to have this Uber at Jay, putting himself in the pub spot, looking to hunt for Kira, but Kira knows, shuts him down within the door. Knock, knock, who's there? Is Kira to win it. Oh my goodness, Evo. Again, situation, trying to go ahead and sneak behind, gets the car in the cart, starts to push it slowly. Kira isn't going to let that happen, but Uber ad, again, in the hands of Witness Gaming, bro. This could be Finn. 1 minute and 18 seconds left on the clock.
Only one Uber left to get for Toy in this entire round. Basically, use this one. If it doesn't work, then you're out of luck. Right now, the cart is so close, though. For anyone new, if you don't push the cart often enough, it starts rolling back. But here we go. The ad Uber comes in. They shove everyone off the platform here, the main balcony, and the gun does go down. DT is finishing this super close to the spawn. Jerry going down for it. Jane up over in the high ground, taking out Pickles. That is a real tough one here. Melon and Rebel kind of teaming up. Whoever's more hurt leaves. But wait, the cart's so close. Toy gets on it. Finally, it's a full wipe. And there you have it. Witness giving win round number 1, map number 2 here in the quarterfinals. But basically round 1 of invite playoffs here in Highlander.
The Witness Gaming Ubers, even if it's not the case where they're getting early picks, it's these post fights, bro. These post fights have been solid for both teams, but Witness Gaming definitely has the edge. I mean, we literally just saw with the last push, they took an Uber in, and instead of just using the rest of that Uber to walk in the sightline, they took a right to the spawn. They committed. I said, in Highlander, you have to commit to a decision. With that, they managed to get one of the picks. It got Toy out, put themselves in a situation to where they had Uber at again. No one could chase Toy, and the next Uber came out, and it pretty much pretty much clutched them out. What could have been what looked like the demise is just so many people just getting in through these doorways. I like to think of these combos kind of like a labyrinth, like a maze. And if you find the right door, shoot, you got it all, man. You got the whole prize, dude.
Yeah, this I'm making a real meal of these logs here. I mentioned I think the win condition here for Squirtyay, which almost came to fruition, but not quite there at the end. But Kira is tied for top frag here, going 19-9 on Demo Man. So not just doing the top damage in the server by almost 100, but also getting the frags and staying alive while doing it. So Kira is the person taking this match by the horns. Both medics this time had like almost even deaths, but actually DT's kind of fallen asleep at the wheel here, resting on his laurels after a nice map number 1. Again, putting up like fine damage and a fine KD, but that's not what we look to DT for. But I mean, Jay is someone who needs no introduction, going this positive, like second damage in the server, second frag in the server, basically. Yeah, he's putting up so many numbers that like whatever deficit you have, you don't really notice because Jay is making so much happen on the map.
Dude, the space being made is insane. Like literally the types of space that they are going ahead and doing is being insane. Like even if, like I said, man, even if these Ubers aren't getting initial kills right off the jump within the first 4 seconds, it's the last 4 or the last 2 in the post fight that really just goes ahead and puts a lot of this in their favor. Key picks kind of just thriving back and forth. And what's nice is at a game like this, even like something as simple as like the medic deaths weren't almost 1-to-1. Toy dying 3 times, the AGB dying 5 times, but even with all that, it seemed like damage was almost all over the board. But roughly 3k ish more damage from the side of Witness. But what's really interesting to see too is just how they're kind of playing it about. They may get held on one of these points for 2 to 3 minutes, and talking about Witness Gaming, But even despite all that, it's how they finish that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they finished first strong, they got to carry second like nothing was going on. Same with Squirtyay. Because they finished first a little strong, they got to go ahead and take second point like it was nothing. So a lot of these post fights matter. They matter so much because if you don't, you know, you can get an Uber exchange out and do whatever you need to do. But if your post fight is bad, especially if you are the defending team, where if you die, you have a longer respawn, it could be crucial. It could be your last stand ever on a single point.
Yeah, I think we talked about that too. Like when Squirtyay was on offense, like they would have good Ubers in the last, and it's like, well, now what? Like, what is possible for you now that your Uber went well? They didn't have that follow through, right? You know, they ended the swing there for the golfers out here in chat. So we gotta just, I don't know how golf works. I figured that might be relevant. Point is, yeah, this team I think has, yeah, they're kind of doing a lot of the right things, but you know, again, like having especially like a demo main caller, you're looking for, like, they're the one doing all the damage and causing all the openings, but you know, to have the people move elsewhere around the map, sort of those, you know, the pieces of the puzzle getting in place. But anyway, here we go. Basically, it's match point for Witness Gaming. If they win a single half from here on out, whether it's this map or the next, or I guess if they win this half or they win the next map, they win this entire match.
This doesn't matter what I'm about to say, but my friend just sold his strange scattergun professional kill streak for an Uber Eats to McDonald's. I don't know if that's a cry for help, but please help my man. PT bombs in. It looks like they're doing the classic sack first push, and it doesn't look like it really gets anything. It just gets, you know, some eyes going anywhere along that line, but you gotta do what you gotta do in the sack wave. It's the classic sack wave. The classic upwards. I sack, we look, we pick information, we go from there. I thought Eagle was actually gonna go more towards the point, the teleporter, excuse me, not the point, but he's actually going for the big HP pick, which gets killed by the Rescue Ranger from Carolina. The Uber's shit. It's gonna be better for Squirtyay, and how they play the post is how we're gonna see how this unfolds. Currently, Jay, right on playground, gets so almost got airshot by the guy. Dies from the Kira sneaky bomb launcher. Blank goes ahead and gets picked up by Fixie on the shotgun pyro. Love to see it. And the picks are just coming out from Kira. Spoo trying to make some moves, but just like someone else busting it down in the club, if you ain't got the moves, you ain't impressing nobody. I'm not saying that wasn't impressive. Don't take that to heart. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's a spy class. It is how it is. Sapper, ooh, it looks like Evo is actually on the sapping wave, trying to see if he can make something happen for his team. Squirtyay has lost too many players, and they're going to go ahead and back up. But Evo in position to get the pick on the Caroline. Oh, little air shot as well. Stopping DC from coming in. I see you, Kira. I see you. I see you, Arbiter. I see you, Arbiter. Oh my God. Oh my God, Rogue. What happened? What happened?
Yeah, these players I mentioned, what, they've been practicing half their lives for this match. That's what, you know, 12 years of DM looks like. You hit those air shots, huh? Those air headshots, everything in between. Whew, I gotta cool down a little bit here. Arbiter on the high ground here, basically, you know, everything the light touches is your kingdom here. So anyone who picks Arbiter is in for a rude awakening. Cart working their way through tunnel, but the Uber coming out fast on hill.
Oh, just as we say it too. Oh my gosh, just as we're saying it, just so, oh wait, yeah, Uber exchange, it's gonna be better for Squirtyay. They are gonna stay on the hill. Not seeing any picks, but these people getting close. Erie and Evo are getting picked off immediately, and the Squirtyay want to push forward. It doesn't look like it because we're losing people. Arbiter actually gets a pick on Poseidon as well, and it looks like an all-you-can-eat buffet coming from the side. Arbiter getting headshots like it's nobody's business, keeping Squirtyay within the match, but they're gonna go ahead and back up. They lost too many people. They lost Kira, and they lost Dotwet. They're on the respawn timer. They're at the brim. They're at the waves of the respawn timer as Arbiter just trying to stay a little bit healthy and trying to put himself in position to where they can get a shot, but it doesn't look like we're getting any shot. But we're probably gonna rotate this to roller coaster. Exactly what we're seeing. We're rotating this to roller coaster to see if we can contest. Arbiter's picks will determine how this fight unfolds. With the rest of everybody else, the cart has not hit that corner yet, so they're keeping it strong. Poseidon actually gets picked off, gets the pick on the Arbiter with Jay. The high bomb behind Fixie looking for him, but everyone's attention is being dragged in different directions. With Jay up on the behind, trying to get these picks, and he does get the ult, but trying to get this pick around to Jerry. with 813 health remaining, and he's gonna live. Jerry popping his banner, but not before getting killed. DT, aggressive as hell, on this sticky trap, trying to see if he can stop one of these spawners. This is gonna be scary if they know that bro is here. It looks like we're taking the long route, but it could be anybody. It could be, but with this gaming currently has the corner and currently pushing the car with a nice pick on Poseidon, but Arbiter getting picked up by Jay along with Caroline as well, who's still behind. Both teams have Uber. Evo looking to go ahead and do something. Evo and Jay again still behind, gets picked off by the flank crew. Love to see it if you're a fan. Still holding this corner strong. Uber does manage to come out. Melon gets picked off from Jerry. Great pick. Gonna see how this post fight unveils. Jay does get bribed by Evil. Jerry trying to beat the little paint door again. Godwell actually getting punished by Eerie. Akira getting cleaned up by Poseidon. Rebel getting cleaned up by Arbiter, but it's not enough to go ahead and carry Poseidon, peeking out and getting the pick on the Arbiter as well. The time is looking insane. They held that corner for the entirety of this push, but now Rogue, it's all up to last point. How they push it and how they go, and it looks pretty good with AGP actually dying and being put on a 20-second respawn time.
DT actually went for a spawn camp. DT jumped up the one-way spawn basically and trapped out the spawn. So as soon as AGP spawned, DT sealed the deal. So yeah, you lose your demo, you lose your soldier, but who cares? Your captain card anyway. This is going to give a massive add to Toy. And first 3 points in 4.5 minutes, so a solid time so far.
And you know, they can absolutely turn this around with a nice last hold, or dare I say it, a complete last hold. They don't even let them cap, but that may not be possible with the way we've seen with this game and where their magic. It looks like we're seeing Caroline do the same thing. She's just trying to use her sentry gun to just spam out these people who are spamming her gun. Uber does come up from the side of DT, and she gets picked up by Poseidon as well. Ye finds his pick on the Evil with the bleed damage. No one else is losing their lives. Ooh, right on Toy, trying to make something happen. Bring around the Rose. He got Toy low, but health back is going to be what saves her life. And both demos are down from both sides, but it's more in favor with this gaming where they have 7 players up to the a nice ball from Jerry, but the air blast is a pain in the ass. But the pick all right on the Toy, but it doesn't even matter because the cart was pushed in 5 minutes and 57 seconds on. And 4 points, Rogue. This is do or die for the Squirtyay crew.
Yeah, it's a pretty fast time. Definitely faster than average for anyone maybe not super familiar here with the upward map here. So anyway, we got one hell of a uphill battle, if you will. They basically for Squirtyay, they have to get really creative here, right? And we saw them do that. We saw them have a very solid first round. Like, you know, when they exchanged on first, it went great. They fumbled the ball on second and still managed to seal the deal. So I do feel confident that Squirtyay is able to create an offense here that will be fast, but you know, basically if you get slowed down once, that already is questionable if you're going to make it to the end.
Bro, I'm seeing some insane stuff going about it, but so say. Also, I just got a message to call Squirtyay, the Squirtyay fans, the Squirters. I'm not doing that. I'm not calling them that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna put your name out there either. I'm sorry. But as we are seeing it too, they have to have a pretty confident They have to have a pretty confident push if Squirtyay is even gonna think about taking the next half. And with this time, everything matters. Every single thing matters. As we're already on the cart, ×3. It doesn't look like we're doing the immediate sack. We will know if AGP pretty much commits. We know that's going to be an Uber exchange, which he has committed. We're taking this all the way to the court. Jay goes ahead and seizes, calms for his team. Uber does immediately come out. Uber comes out from the side of Squirtyay too. No trade, no picks are being traded back and forth. Evil just kind of keeping himself in the high ground, looking at some type of pick in the post fight as we are starting to now a little bit try to engage. It looks like we're waiting on Arbiter to see if we can get one type of pick through here. Teleporter goes down for Rebel. Again, we're just trying to see if we can see any type of pick on the battle. A lot of damage being traded back and forth, especially on Playground. Evil looking to set himself. Now, Melon actually being the first pick, with Evil being Evil gets the pick right on the Arbiter, and everyone else is trading back and forth. DT has died as well. Less respawn time for the side, but just as we're seeing it too, a lot of card pressure. Gun has gone down. We just have to play the smart. Fixie goes ahead and gets the peek. Caroline gets the peek onto Jay as well. This could be a problem for the side of Witness Gaming. They want to go ahead and keep this first, but we are starting to see Erie is keeping his ground. And it don't matter if they got first. They're going to keep the hill. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. The explosives are coming in. Just kidding. It doesn't matter what you try to do. Hard hold first. Silly, goofy, stupid. Don't even try it because we're Squirtyay. We got to keep it. I almost just called them Squirters. What happened to me? Evil actually on the prime pick. Arbiter actually hears the decloak. Evil is now going away. 4 minutes, 13 seconds left on the clock, bro. This could look crazy.
DT still down, just spawning now. Yeah, the offense lacking a lot of this firepower, and now losing Arbiter means that you don't have that long range capacity. Actually getting forced way in back is AGB got forced by Evil here. So charging forwards, Dalwet actually forces them back. So now AGB trying to survive so desperately here. Blanket DT charging forward. The rest of the offense has fast spawns, but such a long approach.
He did a great job. AGB almost. Oh, bro, peek that. What the? Oh my God! You're playing with your life, buddy. But just we've seen that too. Erie getting pressured a little bit in tunnel, but it's going to be able to hold that with 6 other people right by that door. Teehee, but we are starting to see a little bit of player ads for the side of Witness Gaming as well. Arbiter being one of the first to die, along with Gabe, who gets picked off by Blank, trying to hold this hill down, but it's not looking too good, especially because no sniper, no space. Poseidon just kind of has free reign if he's not being pressured properly as well. But Ubers, it looks like it's a little bit more in favor of the side of Witness Gaming. They have 3 minutes and 5 seconds to shave off as much time as possible. Squirtyay needs a solid push, or this could be Finn road.
Yeah, 100% for Toy coming up there for AGB. But yeah, not a lot of time here on the clock. So you got to make the super work. You got to make it work now. Arbiter getting them off on the right foot, grabbing Poseidon there. So no sniper for the defense, taking the exchange over the hill. This is what you want for the defense so that the Uber doesn't touch the gun. So the sentry gun still full HP here. Blank all the way down on the ridge. Going to go in front of Bixie and somehow trades that. Well played. And the frag's coming down like crazy. Wait, the one up is just Jay all the way in spawn, and he's gone. He's out of here.
Yeah! 8 strong picks from 9 strong players coming from the side of Squirtyay. They still got to shave off 2 minutes and 15 seconds, Rogue. This honestly could be Finn, bro. Oh, the way it's looking.
This, oh, I heard the decloak on my head, scared the hell out of me. Arbiter actually sniped Evil, again, of all people, the sniper grabbing, getting the spy pick there. Always fun. AGB, now with this ad, we need this ×3 on card. Here it comes. They're actually getting so aggressive. Wait, Witness Gaming found, who was that? Yeah, Dalwet, they found Bigsy. They're showing forward, and they managed to get, oh, like a pick after pick. Jerry down, Yate down, Sprue down, Arbiter down. AGB now in 100% Uber, but having to go almost all the way back to spawn. That was a creative play for the defense. They keep going. They're charging forward off Uber. Toy has nothing, but they banner forward with Jay saying, come on, let's go. Jay charging into AGB here, not finding it. Okay, Mike now going, Melon now going. Everyone is here selling out for AGB. Even if this fails, you bought so much time on the clock, and look, Toy's coming up on Uber.
Goodness gracious. Now, that's the first time I've ever seen that, where, you take your momentum and you just want to go ahead, especially because you have Conch. But that was great from Witness Gaming, even though they did have player this had, they got their spawners, they peeked the corner real tight, and especially because now we're trading. Spoo has died to Poseidon with this as well, and it looks like Rebel's actually putting his gun by Silly House, by Silly House. Yuri is going to go ahead and pressure the car. We're looking at a minute left, Rogue. It's not looking too hot with Yuri coming in to get a little two-piece meal at the RTL layoff number uno week 8 type-ish. Oh my God. And Dalwet has officially disconnected from the game, with Erie typing later L, the number 8, and R in chat, followed by Yate, who was also disconnected from the server.
Yeah, we're good to call it here for anyone not familiar, I guess, again with Upward here. Basically, with the amount of time that's left in the round, it is not possible, even with the maximum speed for the cart, to get to last in time. So, there you have it. We're going to call it here. Witness Gaming are your winners of the first round of playoffs here. That was a fast win, I think, over Squirtyay. So, basically a 4-0 and a 2-0. So, Squirtyay putting nothing up on the board, even though I think we saw some sharp play out of them here, huh?
Definitely was, how would I put it? Both teams played great. But Witness Gaming was playing. Well, I'll put it like this: both teams were playing really good. But Witness Gaming was playing better in a lot of aspects, and you and I could break it down all day. But to at least keep mine pretty short, the aggressiveness from Witness Gaming was definitely there. DM we can say is a factor throughout, especially when we saw Koth. That was pretty dominant. But when it came to Upward, it looked like it was really just one person got picked off, and that one pivotal pick, whether it was like Kira from the combo, whether it was whether it was Arbiter getting picked by if it was Jay or Poseidon, whichever that case, that one string, that one player managed to just pretty much get in and do whatever they want, and I mean whatever they wanted. And because that player got to do whatever they want, it just seemed like it was a little bit harder to kind of fight off that one person, or if we had to send a little more resources than we would have liked for one person, to which leaves a hole, like on the flank, for example, to which anyone else could enter in. Evo could get in, they could do whatever wacky play to send somebody in, stuff like that. For the side of Squirtyay, that's scary. For Witness, they just take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well said. Yeah, I think this really comes down to that. We basically said Witness Gaming are the favorites in this one, even though they're technically the lower seed here. Squirtyay managed that like sort of miracle upset over Goonman Chubbs Daniel, the number 1 seed. And so Squirtyay, I think, has a lot to show. Like here we saw very clearly why they're in playoffs here. Like really, I don't know, I saw some people saying like, Soldier diff and stuff, but like Jerry played so good. Really, everyone, I think, on the side of Squirtyay did their job and did it really well. So I think they're showing us why they got the spot here in playoffs, but I also think this is why Witness Gaming is showing us that they're, putting on a masterclass here in Highlander, right? We saw them come up with such creative plays, right? Finding that like very aggressive play at the end of the round, because like even if we fail this, we guarantee that they don't have enough space to capitalize on like getting enough players to cart in time to win the round. We saw them play really strong like set plays, good defense, a good default Uber, whatever. We saw star players, Jay going crazy on the server, Poseidon putting up enormous numbers here. Actually, Poseidon was our, blank top frag, and Poseidon immediately after, 36 and 35. Anyway, Witness Gaming are showing us why they're one of the best players we've had in RGL. But we'll have to see if they have what it takes to go against Goodman Chubbs Daniel, who I'm assuming they're playing next week. I'll see if that match result came through.
Even these logs, man, like the logs too, look crazy. Like the combine between like product and Upward, even with that, it's just consistent damage all the way across the board from both demos. But you can kind of see. Yeah, I didn't realize that Kira took 405 damage per minute in terms of this combined log, dude. That is kind of crazy. But even along that line, it just seems like people from the side of Witness Gaming were just playing, and it almost, I don't want to put it like that. I even want to say like even positioning was kind of playing a little bit more in factor of Witness Gaming too. Like DM aside, it just seems like most players were always in a position to do something. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Invite, you got to be proactive. You got to be proactive in a majority of your situations, a majority of your scenarios. Shout out Chalk, he actually told me that. But I think it reigns true. I think it holds true.
Yeah, well, let's see. So we did, thank you so much, Dolphin, get the result from Goonman Chubbs Daniel versus who's getting the best bread. And so it was basically for that match, it was a 4-0 on product for Chubbs, and then a 2-0 for Chubbs on Vigil. So there we go. We will have sort of what many anticipate to be the dress rehearsal for Grands. Basically, the top 2 teams here in North America facing off in the upper bracket finals, which then basically decides one of those teams will go to the grand finals after next week. And then after next week, the other will go into the losers finals, again in double elimination. If anyone's not familiar, just look at a picture, you'll get it. I believe in you. I know you have what it takes to comprehend tournament structures if they're not super obvious. But right, I really love what I saw out of Witness Gaming, especially with their substitutes, right? We mentioned that like Ether is so important to their pacing. Fish is really valuable for their calls, but like to have Jay put up those numbers, to have Evil like so reliable, he keeps making plays happen, like, and I don't know how. I've like watched his demos and I just still scratch my head how he manages to like thread the needle that way, right? So cheers to the substitutes. Cheers to all the mains for Witness Gaming. You well earned this win, and I really love what I saw at Squirtyay too. Really nice try.
Very good match. GG. It's always winnable. You know, it is, if I remember right, it is double elim, or not double elim. They have lose, yeah, so double elim. They have losers round 1, so this is not the end of Squirtyay. Depending on how whoever is the loser of Goonman Chubbs, which, if I had to be honest with you, it probably is going to be Goonman Chubbs who wins, with who's getting the best bread being the loser. If that happens, you know, they still have losers round 1 to go ahead and turn the tables, but that means gotta beat the other playoff player. And if scrims are looking good, cool. What matters is the match. How you play in the match. What's gonna happen in the match. So it's not the end of Squirtyay. We could see him in grand finals, but it depends how exactly we see these losers bracket. It depends how we see the losers bracket, Rogan. I'm excited for that. But definitely GG to both the teams. Rogan and I will be judging you, sure.
Yeah, cheers. I guess shout out to Maya, and always shout out to Dolphin. Thank you for putting together such a great show and making our lives so easy. Yeah, I really love what I saw out of this one. And shout out to your buddy there, Jamon, with the it took me a while to recover from that one, who got the Uber Eats for the scattergun. So
bro,
let's don't hate the player, hate the game. We'll all need a little help.
So peep this, bro. So he traded for the scattergun, right? The guy who messaged him just typed LOL in a period. He got the money via PayPal. That boy got his PayPal ripped back. So now he's talking to Steam support. He said, I talked to Steam support to try to get this back. I'm trying to message him and not laugh during this cast. I said, nah, bro. You got handled. I'm sorry, bro. You kind of got your ass. He kind of got your pickle chin ass. You know what I'm saying? It is how it is. But did he still get his Uber Eats somehow? Yes. I don't know how it's working, but I'm not asking questions. But shout out to him. Dolphin, always. Production's hard. I'm always gonna say, if you think you can produce, please try. This guy does it. Hey, the people from the Fireside do it hard as well. It's hard. It's difficult. Big shout out Chalk, as always. If he's in the chat, I love you, Chalk. Big shout out to Chalk, as always. Love my man's Chalk. And you, Rogue. LeBron #2. LeBron James #2. You know what I'm saying? The GOAT. Always letting me cash with you, as always. And to you, all the people who are watching, we appreciate you and value you. Catch us next Monday, the 24th, to basically show you the big dubs, the ultimate Highlander, because you're watching it right now. Playoffs, good gaming, Highlander, Team Fortress 2. Oh, yeah! This is RGL. We love you guys, and we will catch you next Monday. Peace be with you, and enjoy. Do your education, or I swear to God, I'm going to smack the shit out of you. This is RGL. Good night.